right, we are here at Perris Lake with Falcon Focus. I guess we kind of call this the Principals Edition when I like to sit with people that are working with this community. So right now we have the opportunity to be here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Felix Bobo from Unlimited Academy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, doing excellent. Thanks for having me. I love what you're doing here, but excited to be here.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you. Like funny short story, because I actually was at equity conference and somebody was telling me, man, you got to go into this session. Like the speaker is just incredible. He's dynamic. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there watching you and listening to your story. And it was an incredible session. And then when we leave there, your name just started coming up like within the district. And that was the first time I heard of you being in there. And they're like, oh yeah, Felix Bobo, he's going to be over at Pentecostal Middle School. And I'm like, I know the name. I know who it is. And it was like, man, let's connect. Let's get together. We got to do something together. So we appreciate you being here. So I'm not going to keep running with this. We did the academy here at Perris Lake, right? The entrepreneurship. So tell us a little bit about how you put that together.
I always share with individuals. I think that there's two types of individuals in this world. There are those that kind of see something and they complain about it. Oftentimes working in education, and not necessarily educators, but just people maybe in the community or, in the workplace. And they'll say things like, oh, these kids nowadays, they got so much stuff and they don't know what to do with it. But then I think there's another group of people that don't just sit back and complain, but they do something about it. Right. I'm a believer in, I want to accomplish great things, not just for myself, and so that I can show people the way that they can accomplish great things. Right. And realize that like your environment, your background, your experience does not limit you on what you can accomplish. Hence the word unlimited. I wanted to share with individuals, it's unlimited what you can accomplish when you have the right mindset. And even though we were talking about entrepreneurship, it was really just important for us to first dive into the mindset. I wanted students to believe, because I think somewhere along the way in life, we stop believing. We stop, dreaming, because what happens is people in our life tell us, you can't do that. Or we start to look at all the limiting factors, right? And we focus more on those.
We start to kill the dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I think what I love what you're doing here at Perris Lake and what parents have the opportunity to do in their home is to really revive a dream. Yeah. One of the things, oftentimes I was a former school counselor, and I remember my fieldwork supervisor, we were having a conversation with a student and he wanted to play basketball. And oftentimes people are like, well, what's the backup plan? What's the backup plan? And I totally get what people are saying about the backup plan. Yeah. But that student will realize that. I hope that he does. But it's like, my thing is like, how can I put you in the best position so that you can actually accomplish that thing that you want to accomplish? Right. I think that us as educators and as parents and as community leaders, we should be looking at the next generation and seeing the skills that they have, the abilities that they have, and how can I put you in a pathway for you to be able to accomplish those things? Right. I always share the story of my son Jackson. He's as big as I don't know what. He's 10 years old. He wears an 11 and a half size shoe. Ooh, okay.
Man.
So
it's costing you.
He goes into my closet. I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead, and he goes, Dad, almost time. Almost time. I said, man,
you're gonna start finding scuffs on your shoes.
Now
man.
I know what my parents are talking about. When we were, we would go and put the shoes on that way, and we wouldn't get them for, sometimes because shoes. It was nice when they were wearing size 3 and size 6. You could go buy whatever shoes they want. But now, dude, you creeping. It's like I'm buying 2 pairs of shoes now.
That's right.
But I say that because he's a big kid. He's learning to play sports. And I could be the dad that'd be like, oh, this is your pathway. Like, this is what we're going to do. Like, because Dad, like, you're going to be the next, LeBron. You're going to be the next Shaq, whatever it may be. Yeah. But I have a responsibility to see those gifts and abilities my son have. I share with individuals that he will sit and he will build the Lego sets, like the ones for 18 years of age or older. Right. And he will sit there, he'll throw on his headphones and he will sit there all day. And I'm like, wow, like I need to get him involved in STEM. That's right. I need to get involved in some type of engineering. Not saying that he can't play a sport, not saying that he can't pursue that, but like something is already in him, that innate ability
you
that he
recognize
has.
that strength
Yes,
that he has.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think we have to keep our eyes open like that. Personal story, I was that student that always blurted out in class. Always did. Always blurted out. I had,
Guilty.
Like, didn't call on me. I was going to call out the answer no matter
Exactly.
what. Oftentimes, they ended me up in the principal's office or a phone call home. I had a few teachers that really saw a gift in me. One teacher in particular, at the 5th grade, she saw that I was that student that always wanted to speak. So she comes up to me and she goes, Felix, I want you to write something. I want you to say it at our 5th grade graduation. And so she put me there on that stage that day in front of parents and students. And I remember my speech. I was actually looking at it the other day because my mom laminated, parents, they laminate everything and had it in a tub, what is those containers. And she sent me a picture of it not that long ago. And it was saying about what I wanted to accomplish in my life, like how I wanted to play football and get a football scholarship and play professional football.
Right.
And both of those things happened for me. And I'm thankful for those opportunities. I had the opportunity to get a football scholarship, and then I played football overseas. But the part that really got me was the thing that I shared at the last part. I said that I want to play college football. I want to play professional football. But after all of that, I want to inspire people to go after their goals and their dreams.
Right.
I wrote that down when I was in 5th grade. So I believe that from the time we were a kid, there's something in us that individuals, educators, parents, community leaders, they can see, cousins, uncles, aunties, they can see within an individual and say, man, and give them the opportunity to just believe, to just create, right? We're the only creatures or whatever it may be on this planet that can have an idea and actually turn that dream, that idea into a reality.
Right.
Like, to think about that, like, wow. So that's why I do the entrepreneurship boot camp, is because I believe that's why I believe I do the entrepreneurship boot camp, is because I believe we all have a gift and ability and idea that we have a responsibility to turn that dream into a reality, not just for you, but for the world.
Right.
And that's why I do what I do, is because that idea that I have to start a company called Alumni University was not just for me. Like, yes, it's providing for my family and I'm able to do the thing that I love, but it's about inspiring people to go after their goals and their dreams. And that's what I pursue people to go towards.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to use that to shift, because the one thing, first, thank you, because you brought us your hats that you're wearing now, the Purpose, which we love, and I loved it. And I did a golf tournament this weekend, and I was wearing the hat. And it's funny how just that one word drew so much attention. Everybody was asking, like, one, they were like, what is that about? I had to explain, Felix Bobo, and Purpose. But that word throughout the day became, it was the theme of everything we were doing. If I hit a good golf shot and a nice shot, and I was like, hey, it's my purpose. It's why I'm here. And everybody started using that throughout the day. Hey, good job out there today. Hey, well, I'm living my purpose.
Yeah, you're 100%.
And how that became a reminder for everybody throughout the day of just like, when you understand your purpose and it becomes your drive every day, when we can be reminded of that constantly, like I was in that day. Just wearing it brought so much awareness to the intent of everything we were doing. So I want to say thank you, because I know that's what you're now bringing to Perris Lake and doing this entrepreneur program, is the students are now being able to identify their purpose. Why are we here? And what am I going to do with it?
100%.
So that's what we appreciate.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and inspire a generation to go and pursue their purpose as well. So I
mean, this is going to be the plan. So Felix is going to be back with us.
Come on.
The next year, the Academy is going to keep rolling. And then what we want to do is we're going to come back to the table and we're going to talk about it after each event. That way we can share with our parents and the community what are some of the things that the students are learning and maybe what they can apply, not just at home, but even in their own lives. So
thank you so much. Falcon Focus, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. Come on, let's get it.
Let's do it. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Thanks.